Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, two organizations partner up to bring holiday cheer to families in need. Kyle Sexton has that story.
The city of Torrance celebrates Hanukkah with the official lighting of the menorah. We'll take you there.
And it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas here in Torrance. Lorena Salcedo takes us inside Candy Cane Lane.
Plus,
with just weeks to go until the Tournament of Roses parade, we have a sneak peek at the City of Torrance's float.
these stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. The country's largest Audi dealership opened its doors right here in Torrance recently. Audi Pacific, formerly Pacific Audi, celebrated its grand opening this week. The $9.5 million dealership sits on a 3-acre lot at the corner of Hawthorne Boulevard and Spencer Street. The environmentally conscious showroom is the first Audi dealership to receive a gold certification by the U.S. Green Building Council. Audi Pacific is one of the largest of the 17 various car dealerships located in town, and that's good news for Torrance. Car sales account for nearly 18% of sales tax revenue in the city. Audi Pacific employs 65 workers and hopes to increase that number by 10% each year.
It's not only the oldest hospital in town, but also considered one of the best medical facilities in the area, and now one of the safest for its patients. Torrance Memorial Medical Center was recently honored with an A hospital safety score. The letter grades A, B, C, D, or F are assigned to hospitals in the U.S. based on preventable medical errors, injuries, accidents, and infections. The hospital safety score was put together by experts on patient safety. Now, to learn more about how Torrance Memorial scored, log on to hospitalsafetyscore.org.
Well, a safe way to get through this holiday shopping season is to leave the keys at home and hop on the Torrance Transit. And now there's more incentive to do so. In the spirit of the giving season, shoppers traveling between the South Bay Galleria in Redondo Beach to Del Amo Fashion Center in Torrance will receive free weekend service. From now through December 23rd, the free bus service will operate on weekends from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Torrance Transit bus, decked out in holiday decorations, will stop at a number of locations. Just log on to the city's website at torranceca.gov. Torrance Transit welcomes the community to take advantage of this free service. The annual offer is their way of saying thank you to its riders.
Speaking of great service, the Torrance Transit and the local school district are teaming up to spread some joy this holiday season. Reporter Kyle Sexton has more.
This is the second year Jim Mills and Charles Russell decided to donate toys to families in the school district, and they make quite a team.
The city of Torrance takes pride in helping our community, and because both Mr. Russell and I are in the transportation industry, we thought what a great idea to try to stuff as many buses as we could with toys for our children and our needy families in Torrance.
By placing various donation boxes throughout the city, Stuff-A-Bus has collected over $400 and over 50 gifts. And so far, there are 40 families on the list this season.
We then look at our list, check it twice, much like Santa does, and then we deliver the gifts we'll be delivering them this year on December 22nd.
As you can see, most of the gifts given are for kids between the ages of 1 and 10. But for older kids and teenagers, they're usually given a gift certificate where they can go to places like Target and pick out something for themselves.
Mills and Russell have worked hard to make sure there is something for everyone. Staff volunteer their time and their own money to help make this possible.
We want to do things in our community. We want to give back to our community. Our community is very generous to the city and to the school district, and it's a small way we can give back.
The two will be back next year to try to serve even more families.
The experience you get if you've ever seen an adult break down and cry because you brought something for their kids, that's really the heartwarming thing.
For This Week in Torrance, I'm Kyle Sexton.
Thanks, Kyle. The community can still donate gifts until December 14th at one of the Stuff-A-Bus boxes that are located at City Hall, the Katie Geiser Civic Center Library, and the Torrance Credit Union. For more information, call Torrance Transit at 310-618-6291.
Thanks to the local Police Officers Association, Santa will make his rounds through a number of Torrance neighborhoods this season. Santa and his helpers will stop and hand out candy canes to children. For safety reasons, Santa will not stop on major roads. Most nights, St. Nick will start his route at 5 p.m., except on Saturday, December 8th and Sunday, December 16th, when he will start at 4 p.m. Now, here's a look at Santa's schedule for the next week. For more detailed information about Santa's route, go online to tpoahome.com and click on the 2012 Santa Float Schedule. Still ahead, Torrance celebrates Hanukkah with the official menorah lighting. We'll take you to the City Hall.
Plus, the local resident suffers a bizarre illness. We'll tell you why he's asking for the community's help.
One of my biggest passions in life is animals. That's why I've worked with Morris Animal Foundation for over 40 years. Morris Animal Foundation is a world leader in helping animals live longer, healthier lives. Like my favorite, dogs, of course. Well, maybe kitty cats are the best. I also like horses. Some of my best friends are apes. Elephants. Elephants are so wonderful. And who wouldn't want to cuddle up with a tiger? Oh, am I kidding? I love them all. The point is, Morris Animal Foundation is giving animals a healthier tomorrow. You can too. Just show your support at morrisanimalfoundation.org. It's all about a healthier tomorrow. And at my age, I'm all about that.
To help cats, dogs, horses, and wildlife live healthier lives, visit morrisanimalfoundation.org, where we are advancing science that will create a healthier tomorrow for animals.
Welcome back, everybody. Torrance celebrated Hanukkah early this year when Rabbi Gary Spiro led the community in a ceremonial menorah lighting in front of City Hall. Mayor Frank Scardo started things off by lighting the middle candle, which is then used to light the other 8 candles, one for each of the 8 nights.
For those who wonder why are we using candles, in Judaism it symbolizes the relationship of the body to the soul. The candle body itself represents our physical body, and the soul, which flickers always upwards towards God, is represented by the flame. And when the two work together in harmony, then we have a peaceful and joyous life.
Hanukkah begins this year on Saturday, December 8th at sundown and concludes on the night of December 16th.
With less than a month away to the new year, volunteers are rolling up their sleeves in preparation for the detailed work cut out for them. Reporter Charlene Chang gives us a preview of this year's float titled Follow Your Dreams.
If we cut flower petals that are too big, something that we want to look smooth and metallic might look furry and matted. So we got to make sure we do the right size.
Decorating floats for the Rose Parade might seem like a simple process, but every detail is carefully planned out. June O'Neill, who has been supervising the City of Torrance float for the last 8 years, helps volunteers work with a variety of materials, not just roses.
It is amazing the things that they find to put on the floats. Everything from moss to melaleuca bark to seeds to crushed rice, parsley, coconut, seaweed. There's many different dry materials that go on the floats.
Any materials can be used to decorate as long as they're grown naturally and undyed. A popular dry material are the dry flowers that take almost 20 volunteers 2 full days just to cut.
After the flowers are cut, they'll be glued onto the corresponding color on the float. For example, these purple status flowers will be used for the ocean part of this globe.
Everything takes a lot of time, but it's the effort of everyone who puts into it and makes it real.
Something as mundane as cutting little flower petals, we could turn into a rainbow or a globe. And so for me, it's just really fascinating all the man hours that go into it and what we get at the end.
The next step will take place a week before the parade, when fresh flowers are placed in water-filled vials before going on the float. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Charlene Chang.
Thanks, Charlene. Decorators won't know exactly how much material will go into the float until the week before the parade.
The South Bay Ballet here in Torrance is known for putting on the greatest shows, but what's the secret to their success? Reporter Kyle Sexton tells us the answer.
Bryn Eichenlaub has been at South Bay Ballet for the past 4 years. Since her first day there, Daisy Jacobson has been her mentor, and the two have become like family.
It's like Daisy, she's like my older sister, so I can look up to her, I can ask her any questions, so she's really just someone that I can talk to at any time.
Several years ago, South Bay Ballet began a mentoring program where older dancers take younger ones under their wing.
I love the mentor-mentee program because any questions I have, I know that I can always go to Daisy and ask because she's gone through this whole experience.
Each season, mentors work with their mentees for 9 months teaching rehearsal etiquette, technique, and simply how to balance school and home life with ballet.
They bond and they grow through the years together, and you learn from teaching as well. So even having a mentee, it teaches you to understand stuff better as you teach it.
This year, South Bay Ballet will be performing The Nutcracker. Bryn is playing the part of Little Clara, a role that was Daisy's when she was younger.
She's like mini me.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that New York City is the ballet capital of the United States. But if you mention the city of Torrance to the entire ballet community, people automatically think of South Bay Ballet and the world-class training that it provides.
South Bay Ballet is home to over 100 dancers, many of which will dance professionally in the future. Performers come from around the nation for this kind of mentorship.
This place made me who I am just by hanging around the older dancers and learning from them.
It's a big part of South Bay Ballet. I think it really brings everybody closer, like the whole community is really tight.
As the performers of South Bay Ballet get ready for their big show, younger dancers are becoming the artists their mentors always knew they could be. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Kyle Sexton.
Thanks, Kyle. The Nutcracker opens on Friday, December 14th at the Marcy Auditorium at El Camino College. For more information, go to centerforthearts.org. A bizarre illness affects a young man here in Torrance, and his family is reaching out to the community for help. Reporter Kyle Sexton tells us more.
Robert Capen was volunteering at a youth program in Arizona last year when something didn't feel right.
He called me at work and told me, "Mom, I'm numb on my right side."
After some emergency tests, he called again.
And said, "Mom, they did an MRI and they said I had a stroke, but I'm 23.
A few days later, Robert was paralyzed. And it wasn't a stroke. In fact, doctors have no idea what this virus is that is attacking his brain.
This leg, bend, bend, bend.
This is the home where Robert lives with his mom and his grandma. Even though every day is a challenge, the love that he gets from his family and friends gets him through his daily struggles.
But Robert is also looking to the community. His mom, Karen, is hoping to find the support she knows her son needs.
Right now, we don't really have anybody that's going through what he's going.
The Capen family has started a donation website and puts on fundraisers for Robert to help with medical bills. But they also appreciate the things that have nothing to do with money.
So many people may not know him anything, but they'll say, "What's his name? I'm going to pray for him." And we know that's helped.
Robert spends his time in rehab and visits with his family and girlfriend. He loves baseball and keeps hope in his recovery.
He is gaining his mobility back, his stability back in his core, slowly. Remember, legs straight, bend, get it behind you.
Mentally, Robert is 100%, but his nerves lack proper communication with his brain. But friends and family have no doubt that that will change.
That's what makes me so hopeful for everything. It makes me so faithful that in a year, Capen's going to be crawling. You know, that's really what the light that I see at the tunnel.
As the family continues to find answers to Robert's illness, Karen and her family rest in Robert's assurance that they will get the support they need.
His faith in that Robert has, kind of like, it's engulfing. It's like he'll sit there, he smiles and it makes you smile.
So you see how the leg wants to get back. He can't roll over until that leg goes back. And he did that. The very first time he did that, I mean, I was in tears.
For This Week in Torrance, I'm Kyle Sexton.
Thanks, Kyle. The Capen family's goal is to raise $50,000 for Robert. So far, they have raised more than $6,000. If you'd like to donate to Robert's cause, visit gofundme.com/Robert Capen. After the break, we'll tell you where you can feel like you're at Santa's workshop without traveling very far.
They fought for social change. They fought against tyrants. They fought for human rights. Yet behind these achievements are individuals who waged a more personal war. They fought the struggle against mental illness, and they won.
Because my parents told me I have to be responsible.
Because my first coach told me, you can do this.
Because my teacher helped me see the choices.
Because my coach treated me like everybody else.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because a mentor believed in my potential.
Is why I am where I am today.
I'm swimming faster than I ever dreamed I could.
I discovered that I could work as an artist.
I led my high school team to 2 championships.
I am a valuable employee.
I have a career that I am passionate about.
I will be whatever I want to be.
What can you do?
What can you do?
Like all young people, youth with disabilities should grow up expecting to work and succeed. For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
Torrance City Council members are taking their meeting on the road. On Tuesday, December 11th, the Torrance City Council will meet at the D. Hardison Sports Center at Wilson Park as part of its community outreach efforts. The meeting will start at 7 p.m., and if you can't make it to the meeting, be sure to tune in to Time Warner Cable Channel 3 or Verizon Fios Channel 31 or log online to torranceca.gov. Then on Sunday, December 16th, the Torrance Historical Society will host their annual 'Twas the Night Before Christmas book reading and children's activities. This event takes place at the Torrance Historical Society, located at 1345 Post Avenue in downtown Torrance. No reservations needed. Walk-ins are welcome. This event runs just under an hour. Now, let's go out to Juan Hernandez with a preview of what's to come on the next Sports Desk.
Juan, what do you have for us?
Hi, Jin. Thanks for checking in. This week, we've seen West and North tear through the playoffs on their way to separate CIF championship games. We've got the highlights of both teams trying to make school history. And we're in full swing for winter sports now, so if you're ready and excited for that, make sure you're here with us on the Sports Desk every day at 4 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. right here on CitiCABLE 3.
Thanks, Juan. And finally, living in the seaside community in Torrance is a unique experience during the holiday season for not only its homeowners, but also guests visiting that side of town. Reporter Lorena Ceseda spoke to one of the original families who helped start Candy Cane Lane.
The rule is if you eat Thanksgiving dinner here, the day after you have to stay and put up lights.
And that's because decorating here isn't like anywhere else.
30 years ago, Candy Cane Lane started off with just a few hanging lights, and now it's evolved to capture the true spirit of Christmas.
The Johnson family has been here since the beginning. Larry Johnson recalls what came after the lights.
We started making little icicles. My dad had me, I'm 13, I'm hanging off the eaves of the roof, you know, for dear life.
Then the elaborate lawn decorations were born.
All the wood things my mom's drawn and painted, then over the years her grandkids take over touching up the painting of the snowmen and the soldiers.
But what makes this house so exciting and different is the touch of a real winter holiday.
He has about 10 slope snow-blowing machines, and he's down to these two because they seem to work the best.
In order to handle the heavy-duty decorations, the Johnsons have even made some adjustments to their home.
My dad has a separate electrical panel just for his Christmas lights. He has separate receptors, plug-ins at the corner of every eave.
And for the Johnsons, living on Candy Cane Lane is more than just decorating. It's a lifestyle.
They decorate every day of December. Every single day they either do something to the inside of the house or something to the outside until all the way up through Christmas.
The family wants to make their home as inviting as possible to every visitor that comes by.
A lot of neighbors you'll see posts and fences out in front of their yards. My dad's always is wide open. He redoes his entire lawn after Christmas every year.
And now, besides it just being for the neighbors, people from all over come to see the lights here. So it's a huge part of Christmas here.
It puts me in the Christmas season. I really enjoy coming out here and seeing the lights.
Thanks to the Johnsons and other families on Candy Cane Lane, the North Pole isn't so far after all. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Lorena Salzedo.
Thanks, Lorena. Candy Cane Lane is located in the seaside area of South Torrance. Lights turn on at dusk until about 10:30 p.m. Well, that's going to do it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.